All right, Cinder 3. Insert anime opening here for season 3. Maybe I should do an anime opening for season 3, to be honest. Last time on Cinder's drama, Cinder blames frickin' Shy Lily being the mastermind behind Nano's document and saying that Shy Lily was the one that wrote Nano's document the entire time. Cinder 2, no, Cinder 3 Electric Boogaloo. Bro, Cinder's 1,000 page Google Doc is almost up par with the Lord of the Rings 1,100 pages. Ah, God Lord. Why am I wasting my time with this, to be honest? We're in the filler arc of the season of Spite. We are... Why are we talking? Oh, okay, whatever. I guess we're sending reference images to the sleepy outfit. Spite only showed these outfits close up next to each other because when zoomed out, it's much easier to see there are no bases of for this accusation. Here's the image that she used in her document. Well, yeah, didn't you just say she didn't use any evidence in her document, and you said they were all fabricated? What am I looking at? What am I reading? You just said that earlier in this document. You might have to make a anime song for the Suno for this VOD. Oh god, Do I have to make 3 seasons of like songs or so for this? Jesus Christ. There's one tweet I found that I know I made in spite of her. This was after 6 months of what I thought was Spike copying me and being compared to her and harassed for being similar. It was wrong and petty of me to do this. Spike announced her new outfit model, her new outfit debuted. Okay. On the day of her debut, I posted a blue merch artwork. Spike tweeted when she went live. Spike copying me, speculation. I would also like to show my point of view of why I thought Spike was the one copying me back in 2022 and early 2023, which led Red asking Nano not to work with her. We were the only 2 prominent Hellhounds or Cerberus themed VTubers at the time all of this occurred. This section should be considered speculation, the same as Spite's entire document was about me. Everything presented here could have been sheer coincidence, and I don't have any evidence of proving it otherwise. Spite's design with the one on the right debuting on 5/14 of 2022. Take the intro of One Piece and the Dragon Ball intro, outro. Also, 3 outro songs. So petty about girls fighting is so funny. I'm too old for this. I'm too old for this. You want to know something? We've never had anything like this in the Void. Like literally everyone was so chill in the Void. It's crazy to be seeing this, to be honest. I can never understand your guys' dimension. I really don't. I'm so confused. Spike came into my chat to introduce herself and gave me bits so she knew who I was. This was the first and only time she was in my chat. Here's my VOD showing this. She said she was okay.
pretty fucking good that round. I did pretty fucking good. I am okay with that. Congratulations, lolpab. You little bean. You little pink flicky bean. Alright, we're gonna skip. Okay, I'm ready. I'm pumped up for the next round. Let's go. Thank you, chat, for cheering me on. Thank you. Wet oral kisses for my chat.
Spite being in her chat on this stream VOD, which I saw her name Spite. There she is. She's right there. You see that?
You guys are so sweet. Thank you.
Stop making me horny!
What the fuck is making you horny? Is it the bean?
Well, number one, she didn't acknowledge Spite was in the chat. That's number one.
Do it again? Do what again? The oral kisses? Or the beans?
Okay, so she didn't acknowledge that she was in the chat to begin with, so... Spite's new model debuted. She said in her document it was worked on the 720. There are no ear flames on Spite in this image. Two weeks after Cinder debuted a similar outfit, I included the earliest image, and I could find the Cinder of this model if I received many negative comments about my design and people assuming that I copied her and debuted it 2 weeks before hers. I got called off-brand Cinder, just a bunch of horrible things. My debut teaser, which happened to be posted on the same day as one of her model debuts, 5/14. Spite's new model debut teaser for the model above. Before and after 6/25 of 2022, I had an animated version of a hellhound running to the right as an alert on my stream. I had it on my pre-debut stream as well, but you can see it as my debut here on both colors. Okay. Spite posted animated art of her other two Cerberus heads running in the right. I thought she used this of her alerts too, but I couldn't find any clips of it to prove that. Hers also has fire and ears on the paws and both color bright. Why? What? Are we comparing? Are you saying that like she stole this from? Is that what we're doing? Okay. You know what? You know what? I'm just gonna skip over to the conclusion. To be honest, is there any conclusion here? Nyan Tails is also in this part of the. In searching the Twitter replies, Nyantails shows 2 total comments, both my friends defending me. There were a handful of negative comments on her tweet, almost as far as I claimed to the entire negative. Even if true, this would have been avoided if saying the imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Yeah, this is my life, and it's 1:38. I'm watching Twitch about a doesn't document. Why? I thought this was a Spite document. So we're talking about Nyan Tails in this entire thing. In her tweet, she claimed, I set my entire following to attack her. No one. You don't send people to attack people. Your community just randomly does it. You're not responsible for that. So to apologize. As I stated in my apology, I was very possessive and protective over my design, and it details before and around the time of my first debut. My fire and its color changing effects had never been done on a VTuber before, and were my most unique design aspect. I was stressed and worried I'd miss out on capitalizing on those features first, since my debut took a year and a half to happen after my character design was finished. Spidey included an image of her messages from Ninetales. Okay, I see. Okay. Wait, what? Wait, didn't we just what? Didn't we just see this already? Okay. If you're claiming all of this stolen shit, you should have gone to the legal route and patent your shit at this first. Yeah, probably. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Message to the Pyro Pups. Okay. To any current form of Pyro Pups, I'm so sorry to each and every one of you that I've disappointed. I can imagine. Ooh, I can't. Okay, there we go. I can imagine that that must have felt like though someone you look up to revealed as a monster and your community is torn apart. I made a poorly put together statement and disappeared, leaving you all angry, confused, and lost. Many of you lost faith in me. I'm sorry I haven't said anything sooner, but I hope now you can at least understand why. I received messages from the Pyropubs who were hurt. Some of these people I personally knew and had met in person. It broke my heart, and hearing how many of these viewed me after this, but I understand to any Pyropups who choose not to support me going forward. I can accept that. Thank you for everything you've done for me over the years. I'm glad I could be your Okami Oshi for the time I only ask for you to continue to love and your support for your new favorite creators the same way you did for me. Also, I've gotten a lot of messages from Pyropubs in support of me, encouraging me to go on. To those of you who continued and believed in me, thank you. I appreciate you keeping the fire of the community burning at all times. To anyone who sends hate or harassment in support of me, you are not my Pyropup. You are not my fan. You are deplorable, disgusting, and I do not want anything with you. I never condone or encourage this, Pyropups. Red, hey gang, I need to apologize to you all too. It's my fault any of this happened in the first place. My mistake sent Cinder into hiding. I left you all questioning what to do. I'm sorry I caused all of this. I hope you can still support Cinder and the projects we create in the future. Thank you to those who stuck around. Your support has been a big help. Bro, that decapitated Pyropus plushie lives rent-free in my head. Jesus Christ, okay. Okay, let's see. Looking ahead. All right, we're here to the end, chat. We've reached the final conclusion of this. All right, we reached the final conclusion. Earlier this year, my world fell apart. I lost friends, my fans, opportunities, and I could only ever dreamed of. But sometimes things need to fall apart in order to rebuild them back better. I don't know about that statement, but okay. I'm choosing to look on the bright side. I needed something to break me out of the cycle of working all day, every day. Maybe you should have realized you were working every single day, you know? And adjust my lifestyle for a healthier work-life balance. This was a long overdue reminder that friends I've made should have been the most important thing in the world to me, and I should have put more time and energy into my relationships with them outside of work we did together. They were supposed to be by my side even when I'm not Cinder anymore, and I lost sight of that in my never-ending pursuit of the next big thing. It forced me to recognize that through my own actions and inactions, I was hurting people that only ever wanted the best for me. If ever given the chance, I don't plan on making that mistake again. Despite everything that happened, I forgive my friends. I don't hold anything against my friends who weren't involved, the artists I worked with, business partners, and former mods for anything they did after this. All happened, and I'm sorry for how they were affected by all of this. Okay. I've had more time to think everything over and over and over and over again. Should have done that to begin with, in my personal opinion. Obviously, the root cause of almost everything that happened was because of poor communication between Red and I, between me and my friends, and between them and me. The poor decisions made under pressure. I was under pressure from Red about his feelings about Bao that made me distance myself from her. Pressure on myself that made me choose V cards over going to Numi's concert, and pressure from harassment and my insecurities that led to try to cut off Silverveil and Nano's models from Nano's models. Red and I both had plenty of time to talk things out with people, and neither of us did. Everything that was made public could have been settled privately. This was set in an awful... Yes, it should have been set privately, in my personal opinion. This has set an awful precedent for the entirety of the VTuber community, which I feel has become more divisive and drama-filled since this happened. I wouldn't say divisive. I think this kind of did a ripple effect in the VTuber community where collabing with people is a lot more harder. Being friends with other VTubers and like being like, I guess, accepted into other VTuber groups have been a little bit more, you know, has been a little bit more on the defensive side of things, you know? Pretty much, yeah. Pandora's box was open of literally just ruining relationships with one another if you could even trust them, you know? But this has been a thing for quite some time when it comes to content creating, you know, clout chasing and stuff like that, you know? One thing I can say for sure, Red shouldn't be allowed to manage a dollar store, let alone do VTuber management. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, Red shouldn't even be continuing working with Cinder to begin with. I've always had a problem communicating with people, and I would do my best to be more open and I'm thinking of feeling to them, even if it's difficult, to avoid any other situations like this from ever happening again. Red and I have both made mistakes and aren't perfect people, but we aren't evil either. No, I don't think anyone is saying is evil, you know? I feel like this is some kind of like high school drama type of situation thing, you know? We're going to try to contact anyone we owe an apology to personally, even if an apology to them was in this document, and hope to move on. I don't blame the internet for being the internet, making memes at my expense, and countless news and drama channels farming this for views. It's just business. It's just business. I guess so. I guess it's just business, I guess. And this is just another Google Docie, but I didn't want to hide from this for the rest of my life, and I couldn't let my legacy be decided by anyone other than myself. Now there's nothing else for me to say, and I can finally look ahead. I'm ready to return to doing what I love, even if it's a smaller scale. I want to stream again. I want to create again. I want to inspire people again. I want to be someone's people could look up to again. I love being a VTuber. I love being Cinder. Thank you for reading, and thank you for waiting. Cinder should have just gone to Mythic. They would have signed a deal with her. She should have just gone back to streaming, in my personal opinion. From everything you read, Cinder repeated a lot of stuff just to increase the length of this doc. Clearly, she wanted to go for the quantity over quality. Yeah, she literally repeated a lot of things over and over and over again. She just followed Cinder, and I see my Oshis following her still. Well, I did it. We didn't read it. We basically skimmed through it and read like pieces of this and everything. And it's basically the Silverveil part here is basically her kind of being infatuated, like trying to collab with her, because I guess her and Silverveil have a lot of commonality. And fucking Red saying the same thing too. It's like, oh, both Cinder and Silverveil have so many things in common. They should totally collab with each other and blah 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 blah. Oh my god, dude, if Silverveil doesn't want to collab with you, don't be so infatuated with it. Like just don't be so infatuated. If it's not gonna happen, it's not going to happen. It's not a big deal, okay? All right, it's not that big of a huge deal on this, okay? Also, the breakdown, apparently calling Shy Lily the mastermind in all of this is probably the most craziest statement I have ever heard in my entire life. I don't know what proof you have for this, but... Bro said the doc was well written and dipped. I guess fanboys can't see things objectively. She could have just moved on from that. Well, she could have actually, to be honest. She should have just came back to streaming. And if she wanted to address it, she could have addressed it on her live stream if she wanted to. Like... Ugh, my lord. Honestly, like... Shy Lily is German and therefore evil? I guess. Wait, she's German? Yo, that's hot. I love German people. I love their accent, to be honest. That's probably like one of my favorite things. God, I'm sorry for, but that's beyond my power. Okay. And then, like, apparently, like, she was calling out Shy Lily and Silverveil being friends together, and, like, you know, that Silverveil doesn't want to do transactional relationships, but if I know for a fact, isn't Shy Lily, like, super close with Silverveil? And that's why you see them a lot together because of it, you know? I don't know, man. This is absurd, to be honest. In my personal opinion, you know. The most funny thing in all that is if they just do not bring this drama every month, probably everyone just moved on and forget so many dramas in the internet. I think everyone just moved on already, to be honest. Maybe Shy Lily poisoned the well for the friendship, I guess. Maybe the problem is like Nano, because like in the Buff Puff clip or so, Nano was the one who like confronted, you know, if Shy Lily was the first person to confront it, right? If Nano went up to Shy Lily, it'd be like, hey, Shy Lily, I need your opinion on something or so. What do you think about these messages or so that I'm getting from Red or so, which is Cinder's manager? I'm not feeling very comfortable with these, you know, with these messages that are being sent, you know, maybe. And then Shy Lily probably looked at it and be like, oh, you know, this looks kind of sus in my personal opinion, you know? And then like, you know, and then I assume that like, you know, they wanted to get everybody in there, you know, and then talked about it. I assume they all talked about it, and then, you know, all of this other stuff, and etc., etc. I don't know. Panda! Hey, Panda. Good morning, gorgeous. How you doing? Did you sleep well? I don't know, to be honest. This is absurd, to be honest. For me, this is just too absurd. This is just way too absurd for me. She could have just... Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Cinder... You could have just continued streaming. Everyone just kind of like moved on beyond this point. I'll be honest with you. It's been 5 months. That's like literally 50 years on internet life terms. Like literally. Everyone has already moved on. Everyone's already forgotten about this. There are still fans that are still loyal to you that want to see you come back to streaming. You know? There really are. There are actual people who would really want to see you come back to stream. Because they love you, they care about you, and blah, 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 you know? There are people that are like that at the end of the day, you know? And it's just, it is what it is, right? And like, you could have just put this behind you, moved forward, and just started anew with like a new friend group or something, you know? And yeah, you know? They should all collab and have the first ever cat fight on stream. I don't know about this. Cinder is 19 because she acts like one. This is all like high school drama. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is all high school drama to me. Cinder just got on stream with a bottle of milk and a pack of cigarettes and said, so, there was a line at the store. Because one of those fans, allegedly your mom is one of those fans is what I'm gonna say. I don't know, man. This is just... How do you spell skim? Oh, skim. There we go. Just. I'm gonna be honest with you, he did ruin your image. Sounds like a tiresome thing. Oh yeah. I wonder if any people, any more Google Docs will come out who are we kidding? They are being typed as we speak. I hope not. I hope most people could after some time. People give a second chance. A lot of people make mistakes. That's the only way to show immature these people are. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. Like if this happened to me, if this literally happened to me, right? Number one, right? I'll try to address it as soon as possible with receipts and like documents and talk about it on stream. I would talk about it on stream. I would show screenshots and everything. In a Google Doc at this point, just sad excuse. It's 1,000 pages of Cinder. 1,000 pages. Number one, boyfriend in the doghouse. Yeah, if I was in this position and my boyfriend ruined my image or so for being a dickhead towards everybody else, number one, he's fired. Number two, he's gonna be living in the doghouse for quite some time. And number three, I have to publicly sit his ass down in a recording or so, or whatever, and literally tell his ass to be like, okay, look here. This guy, my boyfriend, decided to fucking ruin my image to me, and he is going to talk about it right here and right now. Because I would sound pissed as fuck. You guys have no idea how pissed I would sound. You guys would have no. I would literally pull out my Spanish language because he decided to do shit that he was not supposed to do. And also on top of that, if I knew some of the things that he did, or the brief summary of what he did or so, I'd feel like, I'd be like, I would immediately stop him right there and be like, no, we're not doing this. Stop. These are my friends. And that's just how it is in general. Sorry, I just need to type this out. Sorry, I don't know how to spell English. Sorry. Sorry, my English is terrible, so... Ugh, Jesus Christ. Oh my lord. Anyways. Oh my god. Probably could have hit could have hit TV show truthfully. It's so insane, to be honest. I'll be honest with you. God damn, it's on mobile. I can't reach it. I'm sorry. You know, I was just basically saying, you know, I did read it, skimmed through most of it. You know, skimmed through most of it. I'm gonna be honest here, Cinder Hun. You could have just streamed coming back, and if you wanted to address it, the situation, you can on your stream if you want. And also another thing, I don't know what you would and also another thing, I don't know why. Whoops, sorry. Need to edit that. Oh, can I not edit this post? Whoops. Sorry, it's supposed to be, I don't know why. Sorry. My brain is totally fried or so after reading this, okay? Why would you still be having your BF still work as your manager? He ruined your image, that's one. He warped your mind with business first and friends later. Sounds like a tiresome thing. If I was you, I would not have him manage me after this and having someone else instead. Like I said, you do you, hun. I don't hate you, and because I feel like this trauma could have been handled behind closed doors. And if you guys don't want to be friends no more, so then be it. Hun, just stream to your audiences and make some new friends and just work on yourself. And all I have to say is this: I'm not gonna summarize this because there is a whole lot of repeat in the document. Mujin will make a video on this, but I'll be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Hun, you could have summarized this. Sorry. My brain is fried after reading all of that, so I'm probably made some mistakes or so on trying to note this down. This is what I did wrong, Liz. What I want to rebuttal for misinformation, and C, I want to move forward and change. And feels like this is a little too much filler in this, hun. Yeah. Did PC Twitter have speech to text features for making long text? No, I usually type mine out. It's okay, I'm Mexican too. I'm part Mexican, so kind of like Housewives but VTuber style. This feels like Mean Girls. This feels like Mean Girls or so. That's what it feels like to me. I don't know, to be honest. Personally, I'm gonna be honest with you. Personally, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a little bit wild. You can under that, your brain of yours gets cooked from reading all of that. High school drama for anime women. Hermano, hermana. I just look, man. Like I said it and repeat it again. You could have just streamed. You could have just literally just streamed, and there'll probably be some trolls literally trolling you and everything like that, and you know, and like this should have been handled behind closed doors, in my personal opinion. And if you can't find a mutual agreement and you guys don't want to be friends anymore, then okay, all right, there you go. Let it. It's gone. There it is. Okay, they're no longer friends anymore. Okay, Shy Lily and Cinder no longer friends. Okay, all right, that's cool. You know, it's. I'll be honest with you. It's none of our business at the end of the day. Okay, if they don't want to be friends, they don't want to be friends. Simple as fact. I'll be honest with you. You know, but calling Shy Lily the mastermind behind all of this is without any like solid proof or so, because it's just allegations, right? A lot of this is just there's a few allegations in here without any solid proof. It's like, is it out of the realm of possibility? Probably not, probably is, but it's all allegations, so there's no proof of who it is, you know. But it does say that like maybe Nanolist did talk to Shy Lily. Maybe Nanolist went up to Shy Lily and asked Shy Lily, hey, Red is kind of acting a little suspicious because you said that Nanolist likes to spill the tea and talk about drama and stuff. So I assume she was probably talking to Shy Lily about this and probably asking someone's opinion what they should do. And that's pretty much about it, you know? Completely forgot that this entire situation, Shiloh Lily Megamind, apparently she was playing 5D chess and was trying to cancel Cinder because Cinder's rise to fame, and Shy Lily didn't want to fall out of irrelevancy, I guess, even though Shy Lily was literally one of the famous VTubers out there besides Cinder, Bao, who else was also famous? I don't even know, to be honest. I don't even keep track of famous people in the VTuber scene, to be honest. I really don't. It's just crazy. I choose to believe it's because Evil Mastermind Shy Lily sounds hot. Had ChatGPT summarize it? Wait, ChatGPT actually summarized it? I couldn't get ChatGPT to summarize this, to be honest. Summary of the overdue response under 1,000 words. The overdue response in detail the defense written by the VTuber Cinder responding to multiple public allegations made by her former friend, collaboration and the VTuber. Okay, so the background context. So where's the okay, so the conclusion. An overdue response is both a rebuttal and an emotional testimony, presenting Cinder's attempt to clear her name and restore context to the events she believes were twisted against her. She portrays herself not as an abuser or a manipulator, but as a victim of deception, miscommunication, and mass assumption fueled by the online outrage. She closes by reaffirming that her intentions were never malicious, that she deeply valued her friendship, and that fallout was based on distorted narratives rather than truth. So the consequences and the emotion of Cinder expresses deep regret and devastation over losing her friends, career opportunities, and reputation. She writes that her name has become synonymous with insincerity and betrayal, comparing her treatment to being a Voldemort of the VTuber community, a person that no one dares mentions. She maintains that the damage done to her far outweighs any mistakes she made, as she lost her social circle, platform, and credibility due to lies and misunderstanding. Defense against the narrative. Cinder argues the document released against her were emotionally charged, evidence light, and purposefully misleading screenshots were allegedly reordered, edited, and presented without full context, she insisted. Neither she nor Red ever sabotaged anyone's projects. Nano and Shy Lily coordinated to create a false victim narrative. Bao and Silverville acted on misinformation rather than deliberate deceit. Her friends refused to contact her directly before making their accusations public, relying on assumptions and confirmation bias. Cinder draws a parallel between Red's mistaken conclusion about Bao and her friends, collective assumptions about her, arguing both were examples of emotional reasoning without full context. If evil, why hot? You could probably see one of my newest replies under it. Harry Potter plot, anyways. A rebrand would have been better than 1,000 pages. Nobody's reading that. No, she's not gonna rebrand. She spent so much money on her model, to be honest. Why would you want to rebrand, in my personal opinion? Number 6, her own accountability. Towards the end, Cinder admits of certain missteps, including lying and not knowing Red spoke to Nano about another VTuber spite, guilt-tripping Nano in some private messages, poor communication with Bao and mishandling involvement in Numi's concert, mismanaging business boundaries between friendship and professional matters. However, she stresses these errors occurred over an 8-month span and not years of manipulation as alleged, and none were malicious or intent to harm anyone's career. Cinder refutes Superbell's public statement that she was sabotaged or copied. She claims the two had limitations interaction until Silver's Bishoujo debut in 2020. Okay. Bao's document and misunderstanding. Oh, here it is. Yeah, here. The role of Shy Lily in escalating the drama. Cinder speculates that Shy Lily manipulated Nano and the wider friends group. According to her, Shy Lily helped write Nano's document using it to control the narrative and make herself look heroic. Lied to Nano by claiming Red was manipulating her, publicly mocked Cinder's apology, and used her stream to turn audiences against her, framing Cinder as a greedy, insincere, may have deliberately influenced others, including Bao and Silvervale, to act swiftly without verifying facts. Cinder believes Shy Lily's statement on stream exaggerated events, took things out of context, and displayed malice disguised as moral outrage. So apparently Shy Lily is the mastermind behind this, chat. Did she did a German blitzkrieg on Cinder? So Cole gaslit Shy Lily and then Shy Lily gassed Nano? Dude. Ay, muchachita. Ay, no, muchachita. Así no hacemos aquí, hombre. This just kind of proves, this literally proves that, like, all of these VTubers are so young and they don't know how to handle situations, to be honest. I don't know, I don't believe that about Shy Lily, but then again, I don't really watch her stream, so I can't talk. I'm gonna be honest with you, like, it just proves to me that they're all kiddos. They're all kids. All of them are just young. They're just young kids in high school. I'm over here literally sitting in the corner listening to all of this, literally in the background, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? I'm just like, I have no bias towards anybody, okay? Like honestly, I don't care. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care. I personally don't care. I'm old, okay? This doesn't affect me, okay? I'll read about it, I'll take a look at it, give my own 2 opinions, and then walk away, and then you do whatever you want to do afterwards, okay? I'm just like, young, dumb, and full of cum. it's just they're so these VTubers who started so young and got massively like exploded or so. I'm not saying their egos are massive, but I feel like sometimes they can't handle certain situations. You know, they can't handle really certain situations under certain pressures. That's the thing. And personally, I'm just kind of like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? I'm just like, I'm old. I'm too old for this. I sat down, wasted fucking 5 hours. I wasted 5 hours. No, wait, 3 hours. 3 hours and 30 minutes of my stream time talking about the Cinder drama. 3 hours. 3 hours of my stream time. We would have been playing games. We would have been reacting to stuff. We would have been doing my dailies for my gacha game. We would have, you and I, be hanging out, having fun. But no, I'm sitting here wasting my goddamn time, my goddamn life, my goddamn hours for this. Fucking this. 1,000 pages. And some of them is just a repeat of what we just saw. And I'm just like, whoa, oh my god, dude. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Well, you're reacting to this. I made three videos off of this. I've made 3 videos. This is the 3rd recording of this. Jeez. Makes you spend hours making AI music. Like, looks like good time investment. I had more fun making music to replace the Ananta trailer than I did have with this. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. You did more work than everyone who looked at this today. Yes, even the drama VTubers couldn't read this much. I read most of it. A lot of it is just a repeat, and basically like she was blaming, like she's giving like allegations towards like why Spite was actually copying her, why she's so infatuated for collabing with Silverveil, and why Red is so infatuated in a business mind perspective point of view that Cinder should collab with Silverveil because they're so much alike each other. They're like basically sisters. They should totally collab with each other. We want them to collab with each other. Sage, you have no idea what is. It's so wild to see that. We still have Hassan drama to take care of, apparently. He electrocutes his dog. Yeah, there's also that too as well. I just wanted to talk about video games today. That's all I wanted to talk about today. I wasn't expecting to wake up toward a carpet bomb of fucking Google documents today. That's not what I wanted to wake up, dude. Oh, God. Bro, I'm good. I got my own roleplay drama that I'm dealing with. Don't need more. That's good. Well, not good, but as in like, at least you got your own thing to deal with. I'm gonna be honest with you, she should have just came back and streaming. The drama was already dead. It was gone. Now you have 3.7 million viewers who saw this and decided to like talk about it. Now we got 3.8 now, so but still. This would be my first thing. Fire your manager and get a new manager. That would be my first thing. I would not continue working with my manager if my manager was the one who sabotaged my image to begin with. That's all I gotta say. That's literally all I have to say. And if also like Red had some like spitefulness against like Bao for some reason, and Shy Lily and all of this other stuff too in general, it's like that's not healthy. That is not a healthy thing to have. Do we know how old Red is? I'm not sure how old this guy is. I really don't know. I don't really know. I don't know. But if this guy like was thinking in the mindset of like business, and having like hateful doubt towards Shy Lily, towards Bao, towards all of these other VTubers, it's like that's not something that's really healthy that you want to have a manager have, is my personal opinion. Having your boyfriend as your manager seems like a recipe for disaster unless they actually have some sort of experience doing it. Yeah, unless they have experience doing it, there's no problem whatsoever, as long as like they keep the relationship out of the workforce. Keep your relationship and stuff out of the workforce, and then just talk about it like after you're done with work. So 6 months, and basically she did 10% reflecting and decides to die on the hill of stealing from your image and branding. I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. Be inspired. If you're inspired by your Oshi, that like, you know, she's a hellhound or something, and you want something similar to her because you like her, you look up to her, you look up to Cinder, and you want fire ears in your fucking puppy dog ears, fucking be my guest. I don't give a fuck, dude. I don't care. I'm just like, you want to have tentacles on your VTuber model? Fuck it, be my guest. I don't care. You want to be a cat whale or something? Fuck it, go ahead. You want to be a moth VTuber? Fuck it, be a moth VTuber, I guess. I don't fucking care, dude. I just personally don't care. I know you should avoid mixing work and relationships. Always, you always want to avoid mixing work and relationships. I'll be honest with you. This is like my 2 opinions. This is my 2 cents. I read it. Well, not really read it. We skimmed through it. We took a look at it. We kind of like, you know, we kind of like just kind of watched everything. And I'm gonna imitate my Oshi and become Latina. Fuck it, be Latina. If you want to be Latina, go ahead. Be Latina. I don't care, dude. Like, God damn, bro. Okay, whatever. Anyways, that's the end of the video. You guys can comment, like, subscribe, do all that fancy jazzy stuff. I did 3 parts on this. This is probably going to be uploaded on... What even is today? I'll probably upload this on Thursday. Probably. Maybe. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to upload this on Thursday, to be honest. I can't be fucking bothered, to be honest. Oh my lord. If you want to use a voice changer and be 500 pounds and AI also a femboy, yeah, do that, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. We didn't get her to react how to basics. I'm tired. My brain is dead. I'm old. This feels like this drama feels so petty in my personal opinion. I'm like, girl, the drama has died. Let it go. Okay? If you want to rebuild your image, bro. Bro, just do it. You love content creating? Great. Go do it. You want to be a streamer? You want to be a VTuber? You want to create stuff? Just do it. Just do it. Just go ahead and do it. Just for the love of people's sakes, let it fucking die already, okay? Everyone already moved on. There's already people literally want to watch you come back and stream again, okay? All right? Just fucking do it. Just fucking go ahead and do it. Just go do it. I don't care. Just let it die. Anyways, that's it. That's my own 2 opinions. You guys saw all 3 parts of my videos. Hopefully you guys saw all 3. I try to narrow this down as much as possible. It's like 2 hours and something about this, but yeah. It's probably like 3 hours of this, I'm gonna be honest with you. So anyways, that's the end of the video. And I'm tired. I don't get paid enough for this, to be honest, to look up and read. I didn't read the 1,000 page document, but we read like parts of it. And yeah. Anyways, that's the end of the video. And peace.